Just moving on, and we have a short package to bring you. Attitudes toward privacy and data management have undergone some big changes lately, with new privacy and data retention laws at the forefront. So how do organizations manage their data without the risk? Sky News business reporter Dan Murphy spoke with Julian Badel. He's from NTT Communications, and Andrew McGee, Chief Technology Officer at Hitachi Data Systems, for ways on how to keep your data private.
It's on your laptop, on your phone, on your tablet and everywhere else. Data. It's being called a new currency in Australian business. But what is your business collecting? What is it worth? And who has access to it? New research sponsored by NTT Communications and Hitachi Data Systems is shedding light on the issue and the risks and responsibilities associated with data custodianship.
Organisations' reputations heavily at risk. End users are becoming more and more aware of the value of their individual data, and so they're looking to organisations to have a trust relationship so they can share their data with them and be assured that it's not going to be leaked or exposed in any way.
The International Data Corporation has surveyed more than 150 organisations following changes to the Australian privacy laws, which came into effect in March this year. The result is a white paper which has found 20% of organisations are unaware or uncertain of what the revised laws mean for them.
The paper shows at least 80% or more of organisations have an awareness of the legislation and the new privacy principles that came into place. What we aren't seeing, though, is how that awareness is necessarily translating into action.
IDC research shows 72% of businesses seek third-party guidance on how to manage their data, and not all third parties treat data disposal the same way. That could result in some organisations being vulnerable to non-compliance and subject to heavy penalties.
What we're seeing in the market, there still seems to be a disconnect sometimes between the policymakers in organisations and the IT departments themselves. And sometimes that comes down to the best intentions, but the execution on those policies and really being able to identify where personally identifiable data is stored within an organisation.
Experts say it's important for businesses to treat data the same way as financial and physical assets and develop compliance strategies.
It's important to undertake some due diligence. There's no excuse not to, really. Understand where you stand from a security perspective. The data that you're gathering, is it secure, is it safe? Is there a risk associated with handling that data that could result in a very negative impact on your brand should it be leaked? But also understand as well, with the technology that's out there today, with the expanding information footprint, are you doing everything you can to reach out and utilise that data to your business advantage? I think moving forward, as individuals become aware of the value of data, they're going to look to organisations that they can trust and that they know have a good security strategy behind holding that information.
Dan Murphy, Sky News Business, Sydney.
And that's all for